How's it going, everyone? It's DJ, and welcome back to another Skyblock video. And you might be wondering why my skin's looking a little different today, and that's because it's spooky month, baby! I feel that it's my duty as a big spooky month enthusiast to change my skin for the entire month of October, so that's why my skin looks like this. If you're watching it after October, that's the reason why. Anyways, without further ado, today's video is about the best collections to upgrade in Hypixel Skyblock. Now, there's so many collections across all the boards. There's like combat, mining, forging, you get it, I don't have to list everything. But there's so many, and it's kind of hard to see and choose which ones are the best. So I'm going to be helping out with that today. These are the essential collections to upgrade in the game. But real quick before we get into all that, I feel like it's necessary to mention that over 95% of you guys aren't subscribed. That's kind of crazy. So if you could help me hit that subscribe button to help me reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers, we're coming up on it real soon, and I would really appreciate it if you'd help me out. And now, let's get right in the video. Now let's get right into this. I'm going to be listing the top 5 collections in my opinion from lowest to highest, so I'll be starting at number 5 and working my way all the way up to number 1. Now, the number 5 collection, sorry. No, we're not starting at number 1. We're starting at number 5. The number 5 collection, I believe, is one of the most important to upgrade, is the Emerald Collection. It's for a specific reason, not because of the, specifically, items you'll get that'll, help you progress further in the game, but more of it's, for an item that is more player-based, for player-based trading and things. Which is this, the personal bank item that you unlock at Emerald 6 at 15,000 emeralds. Now, it's not that hard to achieve, and to be honest, it's not all that great by itself. I'm going to explain why you need to upgrade your collection even further to make this item a lot better. So when you craft this item, you automatically get this little bank thing. You see, it's right here in your Skyblock menu, and the default cooldown is 1 hour. Now, this is, by itself, it's not great, to be honest. It's more worth it just go to the hub and stuff. But this is going to be, this is the least important because it's quite costly, and this is not, something you should prioritize in early game. This is more of, a late game thing, or if you really prioritize player trading, then you're going to want to do this. So, some people don't know this, but if you go to the hub, and you make your way back to the mountain here, and you go behind the redstone shop, there is a small cave back here, where you can find the NPC Guy, or Guy, who is probably a reference to Guy Fawkes or Guy Fawkes from V for Vendetta, I think. Sorry if I got that completely wrong. But if you go here, you can upgrade your personal bank all the way till it has no cooldown. Now, as I mentioned before, these upgrades can be quite costly, so I do not recommend fully upgrading it until later game. So first of all, when you craft the item, you get the 1 hour cooldown, and that's free when you get to 15,000 emeralds and craft the item. It's in your inventory. And the first cooldown reducing you can get is actually quite good. For 200,000 coins, once you hit 50,000 in your emerald collection, you can get your cooldown all the way down to 20 minutes, which is cutting it down by 2/3, which is pretty good. It's still not great though. And when you keep upgrading it further until 100,000, for 1,000,000 coins, you get to 5 minutes, which is where I currently have it. And finally, once you get 250,000 emeralds, a 250,000 emeralds, you can get your cooldown for 5 million down to absolutely no cooldown. You can use it whenever you want. And as someone who does a lot of player trading, I find this upgrade to be quite valuable and quite important, especially for players like myself. If you're playing on an Iron Man profile, then you might not want to get this upgrade. It's probably going to be completely useless to you unless you're grinding somewhere dangerous and you want to deposit coins, but that's probably not likely unless you're in early game and grinding zealots or something. I don't know, but it's probably not worth it for Iron Man players, but I believe it is a very important upgrade, and I believe it's definitely worth getting. Now, this is where you're going to start to see a bit of a trend with my decisions for the collections, because a lot of these collections are based on sacks. Now, sacks are really integral if you're grinding a lot of different skills, and they just help with your inventory space. So I might kind of brush through 4, 3, and 2, not give quite as in-depth of an explanation, but I'm still going to try to explain them as best as I can. So number 4, my choice would be the coal collection, as you can unlock the mining sack. Now, as of the release of the Dwarven Mines back in January, mining has become a much bigger part of Skyblock than it was before. There's a whole new mining system implemented back then. I can't believe it's already 9 months ago almost. That feels like it's such a little time ago. I remember making a video on the Dwarven Mines. It was terrible, but I made it. Anyways, now the mining sack I believe is gonna be like it's not like the best upgrade, but it's honestly pretty cool because like for myself, what I personally like to do with it is like go mining for like because I do my commissions every single day, of course. I try to upgrade my Heart of the Mountain, and then eventually, because titanium and mithril can be worth quite a bit eventually, and then that accumulates over time, and after a couple weeks you sell it and you make a lot of money. Like, you could sell it every day, I guess, but I just feel like it saves a lot of time. It saves time and space and stuff. You don't have to worry about it. You just kind of get your commissions done, one and done. You're just kind of gone, and they're done. Now, the number 3 collection on my list for today is the Birchwood Collection because of the foraging sack, much for the similar reason of the mining sack. However, I believe this one might be a little more important because foraging is a very integral yet very painful skill to upgrade in Skyblock, as it's most efficient to do that while mining manually with a tree capitator and some pets and things in the park. But it just takes so long and it's so boring. Like, I'm only foraging 23 myself. It's really painful, but you do get your strength upgrades and things. And overall, I just put it there mostly because anything to make foraging like a less painful to upgrade is a win in my book, honestly. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. And at our number 2 spot, which is the final spot that takes up like the sacks and stuff, is the wheat collection. Now, I do have a reason for putting this at the top of the sacks. There's a few reasons for this, because wheat and is for of course the farming sack, which farming is a big part of Skyblock, of course, because everyone does farming. It's an easy way to make money. You level up your farming skill, you get more health and everything, blah blah blah. Anyways, just farm. If wheat collection is all, it's super easy to upgrade. You don't need a farm or anything. You can just go around the hubs breaking the wheat, and like it honestly does not take that long. And just because it's most important of sacks as well, because farming in general, like when you're farming mass amounts at a time. Unlike with foraging and mining, you'll be like taking up like 10 to 20 times the resources. So it's really important to have that sack. Personally, I use the large enchanted sack for mine. I think that's the max one, of course, and that's where all my enchanted sugar goes because it gets auto crafted into that. And I believe that is the most important of the technically sacks. There is kind of what the number 1 spot's kind of a sack thing, but I think people are kind of predicting what the number 1 is if you play Skyblock at all, like, or if you like just are generally kind of invested in Skyblock, you'll probably know what my number 1 pick is. Now, the number 1 pick for my top 5 collections to upgrade. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw this comment if you play Skyblock, but it's the Redstone Collection. The Redstone Collection is the best. Everyone loves the Redstone Collection because of 2 main reasons. I'm going to talk about the first reason, which is kind of like the lesser reason, I think, and the second reason, which is the most important. First reason, super compactor. Not super compactor. Personal compactor. Personal compactor upgrades for that it's just so useful. It saves so much time for auto crafting and stuff. It's great. Everyone loves super compactors. All my homies love super compactors. Anyways, the main reason why people love the Redstone Collection is, of course, for the accessory bag upgrade. Now, accessories, talismans, whatever, are one of the most important parts of Skyblock. You reforge them and boost your stats so much. They give great bonuses, and the more you can fit and not have to cram into your actual inventory and put in your sack, the better. So having a maxed out talisman bag is definitely one of the most important parts to actually like getting good at Hypixel Skyblock. I do have a max talisman bag, but under no circumstances am I good. I just realized that sounded super counterintuitive. I'm just really bad because, like, I'm just bad. It's not because I got that upgrade. That upgrade is a good step to getting good. I'm too lazy to do everything else. Anyways, that about wraps it up for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Help me get to my goal of 10,000 subscribers, and I will see you guys in the next one.